G1, day 5, let's go! How's everyone doing? Today I'm recapping the third round of A block matches from Fukushima's Big Pallet. An attendance of 2,500 people today. I'm not too sure what the capacity of the arena is, but I could find the number of parking spaces. So there were 844, so I'm estimating if there are about 3 people attending per car, that's 2,532, so it's probably about a sellout. We start with the man fit by ring announcers everywhere, Mr. Bad Luck Fale, coming in on 2 points, taking on Tomohiro Ishii, who came in on no points, looking for his first win. Fale hit the grenade in this match, but had no luck with that. Ishii was determined with his lariats throughout though, and eventually hit a brainbuster for his first win of the tournament. It was a 3-star match from me, and both men are now on 2 points each. Togi Makabe coming in on 4 points, taking on Sanada coming in on 2. Sanada hit the fireman's carry cutter halfway through the match, and Makabe was really slow to lift his arm off the mat. I had to go back and rewatch it again actually, because I thought Makabe had just forgot to kick out, or basically. So that was the first real big near fall of the match, and the finish came, same thing we've seen so far from Makabe. He hit a German suplex from the top rope on Sanada, and he finished it off with the King Kong knee drop. Makabe wins, gets 6 points, and also now leads the A block. 3-star match from me, and Sanada now has 2 losses in a row. Next, the match that I thought was the best of the night, Naomichi Marufuji coming in on 2 points, taking on Hiroyoshi Tenzan, coming in on 4. First up, I want to say Marufuji made Tenzan's chest bleed, just from the sheer nastiness of his chops. It would make Ric Flair wince. So if you're a fan of chops, you need to watch this match for sure. Tenzan countered, basically teeing off from Marufuji on him for the majority of the match by headbutting Marufuji's knee. He looked like he was going for the KO, but that hurt Marufuji's knee. Then Tenzan missed his moonsault, and Marufuji hit the KO twice, and he hit his heel kick twice. Remember that one we saw him hit Okada with, which looked brutal on the first day. And finally the Shiranai, this like sliced bread number 2, for the win. So yeah, Marufuji picks up the win, goes to 4 points, and noticeably the crowd was very silent afterwards, like all the wind had been taken out of Tenzan's sails. Even I felt a little bit deflated. Tenzan's streak is over already. I gave the match 3 3/4 stars. Great match. Next up, Tama Tonga coming in on no points, needing a win, taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi, also coming in on no points and needing a win. Yujiro interfered in this match early on, Yujiro Takahashi, and he stomped away on Tanahashi when he fell on the outside. And Captain New Japan tried to make the save, but Yujiro made quick work of him and whipped him into the guardrail. That was the end of all the interference really in the match. Tonga eventually got his knees up to counter the high fly flow, and he then hit the gun stun, which he, if you're not too familiar with New Japan, he's adopted from now WWE's Carl Anderson, for the surprise win. He picked up the pinfall straight afterwards, and I was shocked. I just shouted wow when I saw this match. Tonga picks up the 2 points in his first win of the tournament. I will say this is the best performance I've seen from Tonga so far in the tournament. If you watched 1 or 2 of the earlier reviews, you might have heard that I was not too keen on his performance so far in the tournament. I felt like he needed to prove himself. He really put on his best stuff so far today. It was a 3 1/4 match. It wasn't amazing, but it was decent. But I was shocked. As I mentioned, a lot of you are. Please comment below on YouTube to tell me what you think about this result, really. Because not only has Tonga beat Tanahashi, which I think is already an upset in and of itself, I'd imagine about 90% of you had Tanahashi winning this. But also the fact that Tanahashi now has 3 losses in a row to start the tournament, it's not looking good for him. 3 losses, so if he won the rest of his matches, he would be on 12 points. Is that enough to get into the final? I'm not so sure. And again, the crowd was almost silenced by this. 2 shocking results for the Fukushima crowd so far. And in the main event, you had the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada coming in on 2 points, taking on Mr. Hiroki Goto coming in on 4. There wasn't a whole lot to say about this match. It was, to be honest, the first half of it was quite boring. But Okada hit a running crossbody over the guardrail onto Goto. That was probably the one highlight of the early part of this match. But it was really only the finish where they really impressed. Goto locked on a sleeper and he looked like he was going to finish Okada the same way he did Fale, by bringing him down, hitting the GTR. But Okada pushed him back into the corner to break that. And eventually Okada hit the Tombstone, then the Rainmaker to pick up the win. And he now goes to 4 points. I rated it 3 3/4 stars. So same level as Marufuji Tenzan. That's purely because of the finish to this match. Otherwise, the rest of Okada Goto was kind of boring. Grading the show, I gave it a B. There was nothing that broke 4-star range for me. It was all in that 3 to 4 star range, so consistently good, but nothing that really stood out. I couldn't even really say you must go watch this match, apart from maybe Marufuji versus Tenzan. But yeah, a decent show today. Now for those all-important standings for the A block, you have Makabe out in front with 3 wins and 6 points, clear of everyone else. Then you have Marufuji, Okada, Goto and Tenzan all on 4 points at the moment with 2 wins and a loss. Sanada, Ishii and Fale are all on 2 points, as is Tonga, and Tanahashi right at the bottom of the block after a week of the tournament, 3 losses, no points. Now looking back over my pre-tournament predictions, I was 2 for 5 on day 5. Still not doing well at all. Overall 10 out of 25 right so far for the tournament. But if we look ahead now to day 6, Honma versus Omega is a potentially very good matchup based on how well Honma's doing so far. But I don't think there's any question the match to look out for on day 6, and it should be a barn burner. Shibata versus Michael Elgin. Look out for that one. I'll be back with a day 6 review. Until then, peace.